Hey there, Eric Gall here. I need to ask you a hard question that you probably try to push to the back of your mind. So I'm going to ask it. Do you ever lie awake at night wondering who's going to be there for your loved one when you can't be? I know this thought can be paralyzing, and I want you to know that you're not alone having these thoughts when you have a loved one with a developmental disability. Let me share something with you. I have a story that could help put your mind at ease. So you see, the default path for many families is what I call the special path. And when I say special, think group homes and day programs. Now, let's think about the future for a minute when you're no longer around to provide the kind of care and love that you're providing to your loved one now. The likely scenario is if you keep heading down that special path or the default path that we're put on as families, there's going to be at some point a paid professional or paid professionals that would step in through some sort of social assistance or government managed program. And sure, those people might be trained, and I'll use that in quotes because that could be arguable. But what they are trained to do is keep your loved one safe. And on the surface, this might seem like a good thing, but the way they keep your loved one safe is by giving your loved one really strict rules and removing choice and control that your loved one has in their life. And the other question we need to ask ourselves is, do they really know what's best for your loved one? Probably not, right? And it's not their fault. They are paid to do a job. They aren't you, and they don't have that love-based relationship with your loved one that you have. So if this happens to your loved one, they become a part of the system, right? Or, the social system. And their life becomes a series of decisions made by other people who are juggling these multiple responsibilities, right? Their boss, their budget that they're trying to manage, their caseload of other multiple people with developmental disabilities. And the sad truth of all of that is your loved one becomes institutionalized. So what's the better path? The better path is having that circle of loving, caring people who aren't on the clock, right? Who really know your loved one and who can be trusted to support your loved one in their own decision making, right? Imagine the freedom and dignity that gives your loved one, knowing that they have control over their life. And for you, having that long-term security blanket of knowing that other people that know and love your loved one are going to be there with them to support them and support them to make decisions that are truly best for them. But I know you're thinking, Eric, that sounds great. How do I do it? How do I create those loving, lasting relationships that will be there for my loved one for maybe when at a time I can't be, right? And I call this a circle of support, or you can call it a security blanket, whatever you want to call it. You're asking that question. How do I ensure that there's friends, that there's family, there's people there that love and care for my loved one and will surround them to support them when I can't be there? Well, here's the good news. I have my upcoming life plan workshop, and we're going to go deep into strategies and actionable steps to further develop these relationships and long-term security for your loved one. And on this, waiting is not really an option. You need to start building these relationships in this network now. So what you can do is scroll down, click the button below to register for the free life plan workshop today. And this workshop could really be the difference between a future of worry and a future filled with hope, optimism, and the kind of security that only love can provide for your loved one. So I'm Eric Gall. Together, let's take a small step forward, and let's do that through the free life plan workshop. Scroll down, click the link, and register if you haven't done that yet.